Amid this escalating impeachment inquiry, President Trump has found a new target to go after. It is the liberal mayor of Minneapolis, where the president is scheduled to have a rally on Thursday. Last night, the Trump campaign highlighted that they're being stuck with this $500,000 security bill, which they said is basically a ploy from the Minneapolis mayor to get them to not hold the rally at the Target Center on Thursday. Basically what happened was the Minneapolis city government gave this bill to the Target Center for security for the event so they could staff policing both inside and outside the venue where there's likely to be some protests. And the Target Center took that bill and passed it right along to the Trump campaign, who is coming back and saying that this is a breach of contract, they don't have to pay the bill, the Secret Service is responsible for coordinating security, and this whole fight's going on before the president joined in today, attacking the mayor, who fired back and said, in Minneapolis, we pay our bills here, and we don't complain about stuff like this. Now, the president and his campaign have been handed similar security bills for events dating way back to when he launched his campaign in 2015. None quite as large as the $530,000 bill Minneapolis is trying to stick to him. But there were some bills, like, for example, one in El Paso that was in excess of $470,000. So it's not totally out of the ordinary for a municipality to spend in this range of money on staffing a Trump campaign event. So in June, NBC News, in conjunction with the Center for Public Integrity, did a report on some of the unpaid campaign security bills that are still outstanding for the Trump campaign. It detailed how 10 cities were still holding out hope for the campaign to reimburse them for some of the security expenses that they built up as a result of policing, staffing, and just hosting these events in their cities. There is no requirement that makes a campaign have to pay for such security. There's no requirement that they have to reimburse a municipality for some of these services. And other campaigns have avoided paying some of these bills as well, but not as frequently and not for as much money as President Trump had. At least as of June, the president had built up more than $860,000 worth of unpaid security bills, according to the NBC News report. And just today, I had contacted the Trump campaign to see if they had cleared any of those bills since June, but they did not come back with an answer.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.